How we doing, everybody?
Hola,
Welcome to another episode of Getting Jiggy With It. I'm Will.
I'm Audrey.
And what are we hoping that we are going to accomplish today?
We
What is the name of the game? Oh, right there.
Rulebook. We're playing
World Stitchers. So World Stitchers, yeah, so the rule book did not have it. It just said rule book. We're playing rule book, as Audrey said. We apologize. We did have to postpone the stream. This, of course, is up on Kickstarter right now if you would like to go back the game. World Stitchers is a tile placement game where you are trying to gain energy to build spires. Well, that's really what you're trying to do. The first person to build 3 spires is going to trigger the end game, or the first person to get 40 total energy is also going to trigger the end game. I don't know if that would technically ever happen because you would spend them to buy the spires because they're worth more points. With that said, I'll go ahead and flip over the camera, give a brief rundown of how the game plays, and then we're going to be playing with the basic mode. We do want to let you know there are some additional modules that can be added to the game, which include an area control, which gets you additional energy for building spires, power module, which gives you player powers, goal module, which is basically just that. It gives you an in-game goal to shoot for, and then objective module, which gives points as people obtain the objectives. But let me go ahead and flip over the camera and give a rundown of how this works. All right. So we are set up for a 2-player game of World Stitchers. And why is that?
Because there are 2 players in this game.
Because there are 2 World Stitchers in this
2
game.
Stitchers.
We are stitching the worlds. We got our cute little cat meeples. Audrey's is a chubby cat on a turtle, and mine is a chubby cat owl thing. Mine's a cat owl. But, in World Stitchers, basically what we're trying to do is lay these tiles so that we can build patterns. The reason we want to build patterns is if these patterns match, as we lay the tile, say I laid this tile here, then this energy is going to spread across the land. As we place more tiles, then of course more energy would spread. So in this example here, I would put an energy here, here, and here. 1 energy is all that is allowed to be on the tiles. Then on our turn, based on the amount of stamina we have, which I've currently used my stamina, but we will start the game with 2 stamina, which are basically just going to be 2 tiles off to our side. That's the sky. That doesn't count as stamina. That's what we're going to be playing from. Examples. And we're basically just then going to be spending our stamina to walk and pick up the energy. So originally I would have 2 stamina, so I could go 1 and 2 and pick up both that stamina. And then that would be the end of my turn. And then Audrey will go, I will go, and so forth. The energy can be used for 3 things. 1 point at the end of the game. You get 1 point per energy at the end of the game. Like I said, 40 will trigger the end of the game. The second thing is buying more stamina, which are the tiles over to the side. What they show on them doesn't matter. It's just a stamina tile. It's a placeholder. The third thing and the most expensive thing is buying the spires. So the spires cost 8 energy. As they buy, they will of course be worth less and less points. So it's kind of worth it to buy them sooner rather than later. They go 12, 10, and then everything down at the bottom is 9. Like I mentioned, once you get to 3 spires, first person to build 3 is going to trigger the end of the game, and then we'll just tally up the points. That is pretty much it. So we do need to determine who goes first. And I don't know. It must be on. So Audrey's extra life die is under the table, but why do we usually roll the extra life die?
We usually roll it because we support the niños with Extra Life and Children's Miracle Network through Extra Life with donations that you can also make using the links down below and help the niños.
And para los niños. Since we don't have that, I guess we will flip a tile, and then you want heads or tails?
What is heads and what is tails? I want that.
Okay, picture sign. No picture signs. That means Will gets to go first. So you do need to pick which tile you're basically going to lay as your first tile, and then keep the other 2. So now you can see what other tiles are going to be coming up. So that may give you an idea of which ones you want to keep. I think I'm going to.
And I place it here?
No, I go first. But no, that's
first.
I go first. So I'm going to place my tile first. So I'm going to place that there, and I'm going to place my kitty cat right there. So So right now I have 2 stamina. As we can see, I have 2 tiles. That means I'll be able to move twice when it is my turn. All right, so you get to place your tile. And then place your meeple.
There.
Well, wherever you want. Yep. All right. So now my turn. So I have no energy, so there's really nothing else I can do but actually build something. So put that there. So I get 1 there, 1 there, and then 1 here. And since I'm already standing on that spot where that would go, I automatically get that one. And then I get to move, so I get to move twice. So I'm going to move once. I'm going to move twice. So I'm up to 3 energy. Now you're supposed to flip these over, just to know that you made both movements. Right now we're at 2, so it's not really too forgetful of how many moves I made. Nope, these are your movement ones. So these don't do anything. These are just your movement. That's your stamina. So you always play these. We need to refill. So that puts 1 there, 1 there, and 1 there.
So I move.
You can move up to 2 because you have 2 stamina.
So 1 and 2.
Yep. All right. Refill the sky. All right. Let me double check if it's 1 action I get to take or if it's any number of actions. Action phase. Okay, during you can take 1 action. All right, so I'm not going to do that yet. So we do this one. 1, 2, 3. And so you see here how it's spread, because this is all the grasslands, so it just keeps going and spreading. The energy spreads across all of the same items. But I get 2 movement, so I will go 1, 2. So I am at 5 in that, yes.
Can we do that like that?
Yeah, but that would end up putting energy over here, which doesn't help you really.
Still 2.
Still 2.
1, 2.
All right. All right. Right there. So 1, 2. And then it connects to these 2. Let's go 1. I got 2, 4, 5, 6. I got 7. Almost have enough to buy me own spire.
When am I going to be able to move more? Never?
Whenever you buy a stamina, you just have to buy another
I need
tile.
8.
With 2, yeah, it costs 2 to buy a tile. Now there is a special power, like player power, which would allow you to refill the sky. There is a player power that will allow you to buy it for 1 instead of 2. 2, 4, 6, 7.
No, you have too many.
I know I have too many. Now I can buy a spire.
No, Will. Stop.
See, I can buy a spire.
No, Will. Stop it.
That's the way the game works.
No, Will. What about that? Small?
No, that's fine.
No, I don't know.
Sure.
Isn't that what is in the book that says not to do that?
No, the only play you can't make is where you are not completely
This one is not completely.
matching a side. No, but see, that'd be the same as this. It'd be halfway, halfway.
I don't get that one. That is not even matching.
No, it doesn't have to match. No, that's fine. It's fine.
Okay.
So we'll go 1, 2, and then you're on there, so you get that one, 3. And this one goes 1, 2, 3.
But I haven't moved, right?
4. No, that's just the spreading of the energy.
So I can still move too.
Yep. 1, 2. Okay. All right. So I'm going to spend my 8, and I'm going to build my first spire. So I have my first spire. Now, if you are playing with the area control, you would normally place a token where you are, and then that would give you basically automatically gain energy whenever it goes on there. It's the area control mode. I'm gonna go. One, 2.
Oh,
Oh yeah. I wasn't putting this. How many do you have? You have 8?
9.
You want to spire?
See.
It's the only other 12. You kind of want to take them all that are available. And then you do still get to move though. You do still get to do the move.
Oh, so I did that so I don't place a tile.
So you don't
just
place a
move.
tile. Yep. Can't be on the same spot as me. I'll go ahead and buy a. Buy this one for stamina. So now I get to move 3 times. 1, 2, 3.
Okay. Oh.
So that'll give you 1 here, 1 here, 1 here where you already are. And then 1 there.
So I move still 2.
2.
Move 1,
I figured you were just going to copy me and do the same thing.
2.
Miss Sky, por favor. I want that there. Oh yeah, I can do that. And just sometimes you make a triangle, and there is actually a ability and I think a challenge in there that says you get you can get points and stuff if you actually make those triangles. So that's actually a good thing in certain versions of the game. That's a lot of agua. All right, so I get to move 3, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that tickles. All right. Good. I'm at 6 of 8. 6 of 8. So there are 3 10s, and then everything else is 9s.
And that is points.
Yeah,
Right.
that's the points at the end of the game. Yep. What'd you do?
I'm gonna move.
Did you play stop?
No, señor. I don't know.
a single tile can only ever have one energy on it, so that's why this didn't get a second energy.
I don't know when I get one
when it has to match, so it would have to spread. So like if you place this one and touched one of these, and it would spread all the way through.
Oh, but this one does not match that. Okay.
Yeah, it's not match the one that you're on.
So I can go here. Just 2 anyways.
Yeah.
So 1, 2.
Okay. Sky 4, 4, 4. There. A big one too. All right, so I get 3 movement. So 1. OBS disconnected, reconnected. So again, I don't ever know if that's our internet or if that's just OBS being OBS. Well, we're live, so it didn't. Must have been OBS being OBS.
Oh, there is nothing matching that.
Well, and you can spend 2 to buy you an extra movement.
I'm going to buy an extra movement.
So that's a nice way. That's another nice way because it refreshes. Each thing can move 3.
Oh. Boo. I cannot pass over you. Can I?
Well, no, you have to go around.
1,
I don't think you can move
2,
on top
3.
of the same spot. Let me check. Top placement, movement. Oh, you have to give that person 1 energy. If you don't have the energy, then it would be free. So yeah, if you want to go through a space with another player, you have to pay that player to go through your space. All right, so I got 3, 6, 7, 8. So I have my second spire. And then I get to move 3. 1, 2, 3.
No,
I apologize,
I'm
everybody.
losing.
COVID is very hard to get over. It just wants to stay like in your chest. My chest. Really like that.
So if
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
7.
7. Oh, you're one short.
There, so it gives. But I want 3.
Oh, well, yeah, then you'll have to pick them up. I was just saying you won't multiply to where you're standing. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think I can get it anyway. Oh, see, can I go
You have
1, 2, 3?
Yeah, you have 3 movement. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but you have to wait for my next turn. See?
See, because that's your action for the turn. Can I double up? No. There's lots of water. And 3. 1, 2.
I buy what?
Fire.
Fire.
2, 4, 6, 8. And let me double check at the end of game if everybody gets 1 more turn. Finish the round, so each player is taking the same number of turns. Okay. So yeah, so we get the same number of turns. So since I'm first player, you'll get to go 1 more time once the end game is triggered. So basically, when I buy 1 more spire, you'll be able to get to go 1 more turn, basically. Let's see, I'm at 6. So I need 4. I can't move 4, so it's going to take me at least 2 more turns. Unless I can get it to activate on top of me, which I can. I think. Okay, do that there. Poop, poop. So activates on top of me. It comes over here. All right. Then I get to move 3. 2, 3. 3, 6, 7. So you're going to want to try to find a way to get.
So I need to spread this.
Yeah, you need. Well, you need to find a sky. You need to find a way to where, yeah, it spreads off of the rocks, because then that will get you the most. We need to move 3. So 2, 4, 6, 8. So I get the third, my third one, and then this is, and then I get to move. Still get to move. 1, 2, 3. All right. How many you got?
6.
And I think the turn order is, yeah. So it's action then move. So you don't have enough to buy. So the only thing you can do is
Collect many.
collect as many as you can by moving 3 times. That one's yours. I'm gonna use those ones.
Oopsie. Oopsie. Oh. Well.
Yeah, you get 3. I mean, that's basically what you would have gotten was 3. All right. So then we add up our points. So 12, 22, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. Where'd it go?
It's here.
No los di energía.
Oh, I am losing mine. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Losing
5,
energía.
6, 7,
Cold will take it out of
9.
you.
9 and 22
Is 31. So I win. So there we go. That is the basic game. We'll go ahead and flip over to give our first impressions. Now, of course, this was a prototype, but it's actually a pretty well done prototype. All right, there we go, guys. So this is a game, like I said, is up on Kickstarter. This just will give you a basic rundown of the game. Of course, things like adding these objective cards would make a large difference, because then you have the ability to score additional points. For example, here, this one says add 9 energy to the world in a single turn. So that would have been where you'd want to try to get all of the same ones together. This one here, it says possess 2 spires of the same value. So that's another good one. So it'd be like, okay, you can get 2 of the 10s or 2 of the 12s. That gives you another 2 points. The actual objectives, or what do they call them? The goals would be your own personal goals. So this one here, for example, says 1 point for each plane space in your stamina. So that encourages you to, when you're taking stamina pieces, to take stamina pieces that have the planes in them. And this one, of course, is a forest and so forth. So these, again, would give you more scoring opportunities. The player powers, for example, here it says start the game with 4 energy. So it would vary, make things a little bit more variable in terms of how you can score energy. Right here it says gain 2 energy whenever you make an empty triangle, like I did there. So I would have been able to get more energy that way. There's other types of player powers like move your character anywhere, so you can basically move your meeple to any other location. And then there is a solo automa that's already built for it. For the components are good. They're tiles. The cards are good. These little glass energies versus normally everybody uses those plastic. The plastic ones like we use for Disney Villainous.
Yeah, they're
like it's normally the same one. Yeah, they all look the same that everybody uses. So it's nice they got these little glass ones in here. We actually used them for Epic Origins. We played Adventures Epic Origins.
Yeah.
We use these because I didn't want to use the little cardboard one. So I do like that. The cards, and again, this is prototype, already have a linen finish on it. So that's nice. This is, I would say, almost a final copy. That they made. The meeples, the screen printing on the meeples. You like the little chubby kitties.
So cutie.
Little cuties. So yeah, the components are good. They serve their purpose. The only thing that isn't with it is a player's aid. But I mean, there's not much of a player aid needed. But it does have on the back of the book, it does have the action phase. This is what you can do. Movement phase is what you can do. And then end of game scoring. Anything for you for the components?
No, nothing different. I like the components.
Right. Next are the mechanics. What did you think of the mechanics? It's a tile placement. That's one thing, and it's kind of it's kind of tile placement, resource management. It's a race, right? Race to get the spires.
I think it's very interesting, and I don't remember playing anything similar where you move and you pick up.
And you're picking up your resources as you went.
Yeah,
no, we've not played anything like that. I think the other thing that's very unique is that spreading, the energy spreading effect, because that's how I was able to get slightly ahead on the energy. Is because I tried to make sure that the energy was going to land on the same spot that I already was, so that way I would get the extra energy. So I think that's very unique how that spreads out and how you can get the large energy pushes. It is a race game, though. I would say it's a race because the first person to get the spires is going to win, right? First two people to get the 12s is most likely going to win. Now, again, this isn't a two-player game, so I don't know if it maybe would work better if we had the AI, because we've learned that a lot of times these AIs help a little bit. But it did seem like it was just pretty much a race. Who could get to the 8th first, who could get to the 16th, and then who could get to the 32. No, 22. 22nd. No, 8, 16. What's 8 and 16? 24.
16, 24.
Yeah, so it was kind of a race to that. And then, of course, I did spin 2 to get an additional stamina. Oddity did the same thing. The mechanics are nice. I think there is a lot of strategy to try to figure out how to get that energy flow to where you can pick some up and get as much as you can each turn.
It is.
And then I think same thing with the additional modules, I think would add a lot to it, especially this area control module, because that would also help you plan in terms of having your spires out there to get more energy by collecting them from your spires. I think that would actually add a lot of variability and different strategy. The difficulty, what did you think of the difficulty?
I don't think it was difficult, and I like that. I mean, at least this mode that we played, I think is a good start.
The box said 9+, so that does seem on the lighter side. I'd say, yeah, it's very, very easy to pick up, very, very simple rules. Like I said, the rule book isn't that long to begin with, and you're really only doing 2 things. I think the most complex thing is knowing how to and how not to place the tiles, and how to spread the energy. I think that's probably the most complex thing of the whole game. All right. Next is fun at 2. What did you think of it at 2 players?
I liked it at 2. I think maybe because if we know now how many cards are there for each, then we know, I might be losing. Yeah. Right? So I think if maybe with more players, you won't know exactly, or there are more chances.
Well, you'll know because I mean it's open knowledge.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how to explain. Like, there are more people playing, so you don't know exactly well, you might know who might be very likely who may be likely to win if they get like the 2 10s and or if they have a 12. I don't know. It's like you can kind of like
with more play.
No.
With there's no way to know who the winner is in a multiplayer game. In a two-player game, you know who's winning.
That's what I meant.
In a two-player game, you know who's winning. You can plainly see whichever one of us got to the 12 first. Well, I have to get the 12 now. That's what I have to do. Whoever got to, I have to get the 10 next, right? I would say maybe in the two-player game, you have to remove the other 10, right? And therefore, it's just the 9s. There was no variation for two-player. That's what I said. In two-player, it really does feel like it was a race. Who could get 3 spires first? In a multiplayer game, I think it would be more, it'd be less of a race. I mean, it's still a race. It's who can get 3, but only 2 people can get the 12s.
Right.
And then the next person's going to get the 10, and the next person gets the 10, right? So right there, you've already gotten rid of 2 12s and a 10. Now it's a race to who can get that second 10. Is it somebody who got a 12 originally, or is it somebody who got one of the 10s, right? And then after that, it's all 9s. So I think it would be a little bit more even there. 2, with the energy. With 2-player, we're not picking up all that energy every single time. With more players, you would have more of that energy being picked up. And that's what I'm wondering is with the solo, how that would play. Because with the solo, for example, here it says place next to, I think, you, +1 energy, place the Automa meeple next to yours on the same tile. And then for the module or power module, reveal and activate another Automa card, right? So basically, there are different things that it's going to have kind of a fake person move around and do as well. So this might be something that works well in a 2-player game to give that feeling of a third player building and interacting and taking the energy away. So therefore, it's still a race, but now you're having to compete with something else out there. And we found that most worker placement games like that works very well to add that little bit of variety to a 2-player game. Next is the theme. So the theme is, well, I didn't read the theme. The theme is we're a bunch of world stitchers. The young spirits of nature are building a new world together by plucking floating pieces of land from the sky and weaving them together. With each edition, energy flows through the landscape, and the spirits gather this energy to use it to construct massive spires to show off their skill. It's a friendly competition. The winner gets to name their newly created world. I can't say the theme. I mean, I get the theme. I see the little stitches. I think when it's talking about, you're pulling these little pieces of land together, I mean, we kind of are. And then when the lands touch each other, then they make more energy. And we're building these spires. But I say the theme is loosely there.
I agree.
I asked to play this mainly because it was a abstract strategy tile laying game, and we like abstract strategy tile laying game. The art was cute with the big chubby kitty on the turtle, you know. So of course wanted to play that. One of the other characters is actually a dragon, like a dragon thing. I think the other one is a yak or something. Not a yak. A emu. What's the giraffe thing, but not a giraffe thing? It's that. The giraffe thing that's not a giraffe thing.
I don't know.
The cousin to the giraffe. Yeah, that's the other one. So the theme is loosely there. I think it's like most abstract strategies. You really don't have a theme
I agree.
in an abstract strategy game.
I think that maybe, I don't know, like this could be something else. Like this could be something maybe more related to the dirt or rock or something like that. But I think that like I don't find the real. I mean, I know this is water, right? Water and plants.
Yeah,
and,
just building spires. Yeah,
but it's a little bit disjointed.
Disconnected. So it's got a theme, not a great theme. If you're going to play this, you're going to play it more for the abstract strategy, the tile laying, and of course, obtaining the points. So there we go. That is World Stitchers. If you liked what you saw here, want to check out more, you of course can click the link down below. Go out to Kickstarter. It just launched this week, so it should be up, I don't know, anywhere between 15 and 30 days. If you want to watch more Kickstarter content, what do they need to do?
Subscribe.
Subscribe.
Activate notifications.
Notificaciones.
And all... Oh, no.
No.
Sorry.
Follow us on social media. Share this video. No siento. And all that
Yes,
stuff.
all that stuff.
But until next time, guys.
Adios.
Peace.